Hi guys, it's me, Kema-YGO, and for today I got you a deck profile, post the ban list, September ban list, and yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. For the main deck, we have the 3 language, so these are starters, but I also want to say that I will cover my matchups at the end of the video. I'll probably put these timestamps in the description so you know when is the part of it. So yeah, let's continue with our deck profile. So 3 language, our basic starter, 3 dark blade, maybe you could play 2, but I like consistency. But I think because of the more non-engine that we have to fit in our deck, I think we have to play 2 and some more non-engine. Next we have 3 horse and 2 goblins. So these are our pure 1 card starters. And I must say this format is really hard because you really probably can't like crack full Luna Light board, Mitsurugi board, or Yami board with just your engine. Like even the best engine hand maybe can't break the full Mitsu board, full Luna Light board, or maybe the Yami board definitely. So yeah, that's the reason why we should fit more than engine. And this was a list I didn't really prepare for because I didn't have a lot of time. But next time I'll probably try some hybrid, maybe hand trap list. I'll bring up to you when I finish that. I'll probably play my next locals this week, so yeah. We have 1 combined creation for our 1-offs, 1 the Akihiron. These are standard 1 the Sleepy, and I play Home Dragon in the main deck. Never bricked on it, luckily, today, but I think it's a side-worthy card. It isn't a main-worthy card in the game 1. Like, your opponent is not winning anyways because he doesn't have side deck cards, and you have enough interruptions by the deck itself. We have the Gaddick and the Mace. These are 6 1-offs that we have to play, I guess. That would be it for our monster engine. Let's get into our spells. So we have standard 3 Bone Party, and we have 3 Fusion. So I was thinking of cutting Fusion to 2 because sometimes you can break on it if you're not playing 3 Dark Blades, you're not playing Home Dragon because that's a lot less names. So yeah, that's the consideration also, but I will think my way through it. I'll probably test that more this week, so I'll also bring up some replays probably to just for you to have. Next we have 3 Grand Breakout. I think I'm not changing this card. This card is absolutely insane with Language Wing first. Like, even roll some language, your opponent goes in permanent, you chain this, like, you're absolutely winning that game. We also have Prosperity for our kind of 1 card combo, let's say, because it can dig through 6 cards in your deck, so yeah, you can find whatever you need. We have Memento Plan for Memento spell, and also, yeah, 1 for 1. I will maybe cut this because if I don't play 3 Dark Blades and the Home Dragon deck is like less than 20 monsters in the deck, and it is kind of risky to play this card. We also have the Talent, 3 Super Quality, which this card is really insane. The decks, I guess the decks that it is good for. So for example, this helped me beat Yami when I played locals. So yeah, it is a really good card against Yami, honestly. Gives you off their Herald of the Arclight and 1 of Synchro or the Snatchy, and drop it plus this is like good game, honestly. We also have the 3 droplets. Like, this card is insane. I think it should be in your deck list, maybe not main deck, but in almost every side deck it is. But for our deck, because I'm playing like the board breaker approach, it is also good for that. We have 3 Mulcharmy full losses. Like, we want draw power and to stop like Lunalight for full comboing, because we can actually crack Lunalight board with our command creation if we play good. And yeah, we want to stop powerful decks that summon like 20 times from the extra deck. And also we have 1 Call by the Grave for our last card. I think this is a clear 40 list probably. So yeah, that would be it for our main deck. We can go right into our extra deck. We have our 3 Creation King. I like this at 3 because if you summon 1 in the combo, banish the other for the combo, Also, there's a field spell. It is good to have thread for turn 3 if you can shuffle it. Next, we have the Twin Dragon, and honestly, the Yummy broke my full end board with just advantage. I won the game in a grind game, but the guy broke my full board. He had Lightning Storm, and I negated, and he had Thrust for non-Lightning Storm, so yeah, it was kind of unfortunate, but he broke my entire board, and I finished the game turn 3, but yeah, he cracked my full board, and that is pretty impressive for some decks to crack our board. For our remaining fusions, we have Guardian Chimera, fusion target, Rostapelia, fusion target, and also super poly target against fusion decks branded Dragotail and stuff. We have Garura Muddragon, 2 super poly targets, and we also have the Baphomet, Mythical King of the Phantom Beasts. It is good for combo for the Diabells we play in the side deck. So yeah, I already showcased the combo. You see the video on screen right now, and you can watch it if you are interested. Next, for our extra deck, we have one Typhon. Maybe I should have showed this last, but yeah, I never really came up today, but in theory, it can come up when you like steal with talents, and you can go into Typhon and stuff. So yeah, in theory, it can be good. We also play the Herald. I really like this card on the end board when I'm not interrupted. It is really insane to have SP and Herald on the end board. Like, your opponent normal summons some monster with high tech, you go SP banish it, and you're gonna get a spell trap because to prevent your opponent from running over this. Because it only has a 600 attack. Next, we also have the SP Little Knight. This card is almost our engine. You also have Artemis for the, like, when you have Anguish and another monster and you don't have an extra deck monster, I'll link off the Anguish into this and go into the SP to banish a card on its summon. We also have the Proxy F Magician to go into our the Baphomet for combo, because we can't really do Fiendsmith combo. And for our last card, I have the Underworld Goddess. It came up 2 times actually, because one time I had a lot of bodies and my opponent had monster in main phase 2 he summoned, and I need to get rid of it. So yeah, this really came up, and yeah, it is actually a good card, and it is also a good NMRP because it negates a card effect that summons a monster from the graveyard, which is really good, and also it can't be taken out of a field with the effects that don't target it. So it is a good card. I'm playing it because if I run into Lunalight in main phase 2, I can sometimes mess them up with it. So yeah, let's now go into our side deck. As mentioned, we have 1 Diabells. So basically you summon this with the Baphomet combo that I showcased on my channel, like the video before this. And your opponent cannot set spells or traps, and that is good for the quick play spell decks like Sky Striker, Runic, Magnificent Storm cards, and stuff. So yeah, it is really good, and it doesn't give your opponent a chance to droplet you at any time, for example. So it is really good. And also when a card becomes set, either you or your opponent, you can destroy 1 card you control and 1 card your opponent controls. It is also good for the field spells, like you can destroy field spells for some decks. So yeah, it is really good. We have Freelancia for the Lunalight, Christian, Malice also. Malice, a lot of people play Malice regardless because of the Splash Mage hit on the ban list and the Dormouse. It is still a good deck. Next we have 3 Drone Lockbird. I need this for super decks like Ryziel that search a lot, and it can mess up Mitsurugi variants that are combined with something else. I don't know if it messes up Lunalight that much, but yeah, it is just overall a good card. And drawing yourself and summoning the rank 5, I'll show it on screen right now, Artifact Monster. You can actually attach material, return every card in your opponent hand and your hand into the deck, and neither of you will draw because you're under draw when you draw yourself on the Immortal Charming, for example. If you want me to showcase that combo, I will. That is a funny combo that we have in this deck. We have 2 Nibiru. I just played it because I sometimes need to draw something off a Mulcharmy that can mess up my opponent, and a lot of people think that we can't play hand traps, and yeah, when they get hit by Nib, it is really good for us. We have 3 Heat Wave. This is a show for going first. Mini is a good card. It came up one time for me, this locals, and one or two times the locals before it. So we just basically activate the heat wave at the start of our main phase. Neither play a special or normal summon monsters, and turn 3 until the next draw phase. So on the turn 3, you just draw another card +1 and you would gain them. So yeah, and we also play Hard Piece and 2 Lane Storm. I'm not sure if I would play 3 Lane Storm. I don't have copies at the time, but if I actually get it, I'm not sure if I will play 3. So now I want to talk about my matchups. So round 1, I actually played against the Branded. I don't know if he actually played Dracula because we only played one game and that game lasted for 50 minutes, and that's really insane. I just want to show my hand for this. So I don't know how did I win this, honestly. I had Akihiron, Command Creation. I had the 3 Boom Parties for some reason, and I had Droplet. So this was my hand, and I won through 5 interruptions Brand's combo. He had Artesia and the Brand Fusion X. So he had a full bar. I think it's 5 interruptions or 6 interruptions, and this was my hand, and I prayed that I don't draw the third Boom Party, but I drew it, and yeah, I start off in the draw phase Boom Party, so Huron, Spark Summon Anguish Surge, Sleepy, because I have a lot of names, and also a Huron Chain Block, because we don't want to get our Anguish negated, because that is our only push. If our opponent negates the Sleepy in the hand, we can just normal summon it, so yeah. And the game lasted 50 minutes. I knew I can win from the start, because I cried the full board and made full board. It just lasted 15 minutes, because we played a lot of turns, and he had a lot of monsters that he can special summon, and didn't give me access to Huron because he banished it. I'm pretty sure with something like Cold Buy, and it was a really good grind game, but we had a double loss, sadly, because of the new time rules. So yeah. Next round was against the Plant. I won that match, but the sad thing about the new time rules is that you can't no longer attempt to crack boards, because we have to play faster. And for the example, when you play against Plants or something, you have to surrender immediately if you see that you can't crack their board, or because you'll run out of time and get double loss. Next round was against the Runic Magnificent, and I summoned the Diabels and he couldn't do anything, so I won that match. And next round was against the Yami. I won. He won the game 1 because he gone first and I didn't really have a lot of answers. Game 2, I drew the Super Poly. I'm going first. I also drew the Super Poly for my non-engine. I looked in the deck because it is really good and it can mess them up really bad. And also a Super Poly into Mud Dragon. Mud Dragon actually has effect where you declare an attribute and your opponent can target the monsters with that attribute. So Calling Dark is really good with the Mud Dragon. Yeah, I won the game 2, but it was a really good grind game. He cracked my full board but couldn't OTK me, and game turn 3 I OTK'd him. And honestly, game 1 I should have surrendered immediately, because my hand wasn't good. But so yeah, and round 5 was against Fire King. I sadly had to draw, but I think I would have won the game because the guy doesn't have impulses, and yeah, I think I would have won that game easily. So yeah guys, that would be it for this video. If you have any other suggestions for my future videos, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.